Buenas tardes. I'm here with Dr. Susanne Lehmann, who's the Senior Director of Production for NAR, that's the North America region for Volkswagen. And Susanne, I wanted to start off asking you a little bit about this role, because my understanding is that it's pretty new since you've come into it over the last year in terms of pulling together production and supply chain across the North America region for Volkswagen. Could you tell us a little bit about what that entails and what you're working on right now?
Yes, gracias. Buenas tardes. Thank you very much for giving me this chance here. We are working in Volkswagen in a so-called regionalization. We have already regions in China, South America. We are establishing it right now in North American region for the production function. It has already been established for other functions like sales and finance. So in production, we are looking at synergies. We can have like in program planning, production steering, but also product influencing, design for manufacturing, North American robust standards for our clients here in the region, digitalisation, etc.
And this is relatively new, obviously, in the context of Volkswagen, at least here, because obviously the plants in Mexico end with Chattanooga. So have you already seeing positive outcomes from it in terms of the systems and processes?
Yes, of course I do, but I have to add that we also have an engine plant in Silao in northern Mexico and the components factories in Puebla, but also for some issues, even Audi is being included in, for example, productivity activities or supplier management activities that we are doing in the region. And yes, definitely we have already some positive results.
That's good to hear. We're obviously here in Mexico, so I wondered, can you talk to us a little bit about some of the key challenges for Volkswagen, specifically in Mexico and from a production and supply chain point of view?
Yeah, you know that we have active volcanoes, we have northern winds in Veracruz, also in the other ports, difficult conditions, security issues. This is just a normal Mexican day-to-day work, but we definitely have a challenge in bringing products to our region. This is what we want to achieve.
So that's a challenge in terms of bringing in vehicles, components, or both, and maybe just one or two examples of what?
For example, electrification, what is to be expected in Mexico. So we are definitely wanting to produce them here. We are starting in Chattanooga, you know that, in Northern American region, yes, but not in Mexico. So we want to do that here also.
Okay. So that the plan is to eventually be able to electrify production or bring electrification to the Mexican as well?
Well, not at the moment, because we are unsure what is really happening, what is the government doing, what incentives are they given, incentives.
In terms of some of those challenges from the conditions and security side, are there initiatives that you've begun to address these, or anything?
Yes, definitely. We are talking with all the transport companies. We are talking to governmental institutions. We are talking to our colleagues here, also here at the conference. And thanks for that opportunity.
So also looking specifically at in Chattanooga where the next electrified product obviously will come when it starts. And I imagine this is a big topic if we're talking about the North American region. Can you talk about some of the key changes and challenges that you're facing in bringing the electrified production to Chattanooga?
Yeah, of course, we have to handle them, we have to manage the battery, we have to be able to transport it even if the battery is down. So we have to have trained personnel for doing all those things, and this is something new. We are training the people of the suppliers together with the people that are going into production. This is definitely a big challenge at the moment.
Absolutely. So let's end on a little bit of looking out a little bit. So what's your big hope for 2021? Let's look ahead for next year.
21 have a huge and stable production with all the synergies in the North American region. Thank you very much.
I think then that's what we're going to hope for, and when we talk next year, we'll make sure that we're on track for that. Susanne?
Thank you very
Muchas
much.
gracias.
Gracias.